So
But
tell me
yeah.
what have you been covering lately? Are you into the Gwyneth Paltrow thing? Because I know
Yeah.
nothing about it. Tell me
Oh
what's going
no,
on.
it was pretty quick and easy. Like, all right, when I heard about it, this guy, Terry Sanderson, I think he's an eye doctor, something, I don't know, bone doctor, whatever. I don't know exactly what he is. Some kind of doctor said that Gwyneth Paltrow recklessly slammed into him. He's suing her for 3 million. They dropped it, so he's gonna settle for 300,000. What happened was I was like, well, I don't know. I think almost anybody who crashes with a celebrity is going to try to sue to get some quick settlement. Like if I was on a ski slope here and I crashed into like Taylor Swift, I'd be like, let me try to sue. What's the worst that could happen? Like anybody, it doesn't matter, So I think that's what happened. And the thing is, the way the guy got caught in his lies was the same way Evan Rachel Wood and Amber Heard got caught, which is social media trails for a mile.
Really? Oh,
So
tell
what
me. I'm not
happened was
yeah. Okay.
he said, well, I had this brain injury, a concussion. He said his personality changed. He couldn't talk to his friends as well. And then what Gwyneth's lawyers did was they found trips of him around the world skiing, having a great time, having fun after the
Uh,
crash. In the same way you see Amber doing all this stuff after her injuries, right? You see Evan Rachel Wood doing fun stuff with Marilyn Manson when she said it was this period of starvation in that. So it's the same thing. And I guess the lesson we're learning over the last 10 years is that most people have got a trail of their life on social media. And if you tell a lie in court, they're going to be able to get you on that. So it's a very different thing than a false allegation as far as abuse, but it's the same
right.
thing as far as telling a lie in court and your social media says something else.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, it's true. Like we do have,
Yeah.
there's so much more that can catch us up. We can get our lies, like, called out. Like for instance, even the Alex Murdaugh thing, like it was, wasn't it some phone footage from his son that ended up being one of the things that convicted him because he claimed he wasn't at the kennel at a certain time, and then they found on the son's phone he had taken a picture or something that showed him there in the background. I can't remember, but
I
anyway,
can't
stuff like
recall,
that.
but that makes sense. And I think people are forgetting this when they go to court and accuse these days. They still have the old mindset, like, I'll accuse him. People will believe me, but they forget we're in 2023 now. We're not back in like 1999 where it's just like your cell phone and a couple of text messages and some pictures that are physical. Maybe now they could really, get you on your past by looking it up like that. And most people are careless and incriminate themselves.
So, how much is he suing her for, or is there not an amount he's asking?
It was 3.1 million that got
Okay.
dropped and thrown out, and then he went for 300,000.
Oh, it's a big, kind of a big
Yeah.
gulf between those two, huh?
And I kind of like both closing arguments. Like, what she said was I could have asked for more money for a counterclaim, but I didn't
Mhm.
want to. I wanted to, and she's like, I could have just also settled out of court for like, 200, 300 grand, which is nothing to her. But the lesson to teach people and her kids is that, well, if there's a false allegation, let's try to call it out, which was a good message.
No, if she's being falsely accused, then I made a joke about her sour face today, but I have no idea what's going on. So if she's being falsely accused, as it sounds like, by someone who's trying to take advantage, of a celebrity through the legal system, then, I hope she
Well,
wipes the floor with this
it
guy.
also could be it was unclear what happened because when you have a crash, I was thinking about you a little bit because you had the accident not too long ago, right? You posted on Twitter, you had it. So I'm sure you're not thinking about it. Like
Right.
it happens
Right.
real quick and you're trying to figure it out after. So it's not quite like he was falsely accusing her. He might have really thought maybe she was at fault. It was kind of a gray area. You know what I mean? But
Right.
he
Right.
definitely had to, in court, go 100% and say, yeah, it was all her fault, or you don't really have a case. You can't go to court and say, well, it was kind of both our faults. Can I have some money? It doesn't quite work like that. But, I think he knew it was probably a gray area and it was unclear who caused it. And
So Paul says here he lost. They announced it tonight, so I didn't know that. Okay, so the guy suing Paltrow lost. Okay.
yes.